While en route to Hattigat Academy, high school student Nanami Knight Bladefield has a chance encounter with an unknown boy who heroically saves a group of people from a looming truck collision. Intrigued by this mysterious savior, she ponders the cause of the earlier commotion and wonders if she can track down the enigmatic hero. Unexpectedly, Nanami's curiosity leads her to a startling revelation. Hattie Sauda, the very person who performed the heroic rescue, has transferred to her school and is now her classmate. This piques her interest even further, prompting her to discreetly observe him. She soon notices his rather rude interactions with her fellow classmates. Intrigued by his behavior, Nanami decides to confront Sauda about his peculiar habit of gazing at the tops of people's heads when he meets them. Initially evasive, Sauda attempts to dodge her inquiries. However, Nanami's persistent probing eventually compels him to share his hidden truth. Sauda confesses that he possesses a unique ability, the power to foresee someone's future in the form of flags. What's more, he can alter the course of destiny by taking actions that break these very flags, thereby impacting the fates of those around him. Nanami bursts into laughter, finding Sauda's claim too absurd to believe. Unfazed, he maintains his composure and cautions her against getting too close, citing a streak of misfortune that seems to follow him. Sauda opens up about being the sole survivor of the ill-fated Premium Ambriel, a cruise ship that tragically sank. But instead of sympathy, Nanami's anger surges, leading her to deliver a resounding slap across Sauda's face. She asserts that he will never spot a flag on her head, seemingly immune to his alleged powers. Surprisingly, this unexpected confrontation results in the two of them forming an unlikely friendship. Later, during lunchtime, they encounter Mahabusawa Akane, who genuinely expresses her desire to befriend Sauda. To his surprise, Sauda notices a friendship flag hovering above Akane's head but attempts to break it by declining her invitation. However, much to his amazement, the flag remains intact despite his repeated efforts to shatter it. Ultimately, Sauda yields so he and Akane become friends. It is revealed that Akane is the heiress of the Mahabusawa Financial Group, a prestigious and wealthy family. Nanami, in stark contrast, hails from a vastly different background. She holds the title of the 13th princess in the royal line of Bladefield, a small and economically disadvantaged European nation. She comes from a large family with 13 siblings and was sent to Japan to receive an international education. In due course, Sauda invites both Nanami and Akane to his abode, the Quest dorm, which is currently in a state of disrepair. Curious about Akane's motivations, Nanami inquires why she desires friendship with Sauda. Akane confides that she wishes to rescue him from his perceived misfortune. During her childhood, her caregivers forcibly separated her from her very first friend, citing the vast socioeconomic disparity between them as pitiable. This painful experience has driven her determination to save Sauda and make amends for the severed bond of her own friendship. As they prepare to leave, Akane heads inside to retrieve her belongings, and Sauda is suddenly alarmed to spot a looming death flag above her head. In a desperate bid to intervene, he rushes inside and resorts to a bold act. He kisses her, miraculously transforming the impending death flag into a rout-conquered love flag. As a result, Akane falls deeply in love with him, setting the stage for a new and unexpected chapter in their lives. In a moment of reflection, Sauda is transported back to a vivid flashback from his time aboard the Premium Ambriel. It is revealed that his sister introduced him to a girl named Sakura, who taught him a game reminiscent of chess, marking the genesis of their friendship. In the present, Sauda experiences a heartwarming reunion with his childhood friend Shakanji Kakuno, affectionately nicknamed Akaku. A big sister flag hovers above her head, and she naturally assumes the role of an older sister towards Sauda. She requests that Sauda accompany her to the Quest dorm, and he readily agrees. In a delightful twist, Akane and Nanami also join them on their journey. Later, Akaku is taken aback by the dilapidated state of the dorm, but does her best to lift Sauda's spirits nonetheless. While returning to the academy, Nanami insists that Sauda break Akaku's flag, but despite his multiple attempts, Akaku expertly evades each effort. The quartet proceeds to visit the tea club, where they encounter an intriguing school elder by the name of Yukishibara Sumudi. To Sauda's astonishment, despite her advanced age, she appears as a young girl adorned with a bonnet, sparking curiosity and bewilderment among the group. Responding to Akaku's request, she offers to renovate the Quest dorm. The unexpected arrival of the student council president, Seirikuji Momori, adds an official touch to the project. Together, they inspect the dorm, and Momori promptly summons professionals from the Hattigat Academy Civil Engineering Society to undertake the renovation. To their relief, the Quest dorm undergoes a complete transformation within a week. During the move-in process, Sauda encounters a somewhat effeminate boy named Megumu. Despite his masculine attire, everyone assumes he's a girl. However, Sauda is the first to correctly identify him as a boy, immediately forging a friendship with Megumu. Sauda notices a friendship flag hovering above Megumi's head and accepts the invitation, sealing their newfound bond. Later, Momori reveals a pivotal rule: a dorm with only one resident faces closure. To prevent the quest dorm from shutting down, they need 5 residents. In a collective effort to preserve the dorm's existence, Nanami, Ake, and Apiku and Megumu decide to move in, ensuring its continued operation. Soon after, in an unexpected turn of events, Megumu playfully shoves Sauda into the women's bathroom, where the girls are in the midst of bathing. Nanami's anger ignites, leading her to give Sauda a stern and memorable scolding. Bewildered by the situation, Sauda's day takes an unexpected twist. To his astonishment, he stumbles upon a mysterious letter, which triggers a flood of memories tied to his encounter with Sakura. This revelation reveals the origin of his unique powers. Now, Sauda finds himself tasked with a mission: to assemble the party of characters, setting the stage for a new and uncertain journey ahead. Sauda awakens in his room, only to discover that Akane and Megumu had spent the night with him, guided by Apiku, who had a spare key to his room. Their unexpected slumber party raises a few eyebrows and prompts some blushing faces. As if that weren't enough of a surprise, a mysterious parcel materializes outside the dorm, piquing everyone's curiosity. To their collective astonishment, an android by the name of Ninjabayashi Rory emerges from the parcel. It is revealed that Rory is a creation of the Mahabasala Foundation, designed to assist the young mistress, Akane, in adapting to her new dorm life. Rory's penchant for posing yes or no questions leaves Akane flustered, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the situation. Meanwhile, Sauda can't help but wonder if Akane's family is growing concerned about her co-ed living arrangements with him, viewing him as a potential Trojan horse. Later, back at the academy, the student council president delivers a shocking announcement about the upcoming sports festival. She reveals that the board of directors has made a distressing decision to demolish the quest dorm and expel Sauda, casting a cloud of uncertainty over the dorm's future. A glimmer of hope emerges amid the dire situation. The quest dorm members learn that there's a way to challenge the board of directors' decision by participating in Hatagate Academy's school festival and securing the coveted MVP title. Success in this endeavor would not only safeguard the dorm from demolition, but also ensure Sauda's continued enrollment. Their fortunes take a turn when they encounter Rin Ayuzaki, a transfer student from the archery club enlisted by the student council president to assist them in winning the sports tournament. Sauda notices a distinctive, typical misandrous girl flag hovering above her, leaving him taken aback. As they get to know Rin better, it becomes clear that she's friends with Apiku and has had a male best friend who relocated several years ago. In the coming week, the quest dorm residents will undergo an arduous training regimen under Rin's capable leadership, pushing themselves to the limit. On the final day of their intense training, Rin and Sauda embark on a running session, during which she confides in him, revealing a deeply personal secret about herself. Despite the presence of the typical misandrous girl flag associated with her, Rin surprisingly discloses that she used to have a male friend named Sauda, with whom she still maintains contact through emails. As the revelation sinks in, it dawns on Sauda that Sauda is none other than himself, and they share a childhood friendship. The newfound knowledge prompts a wave of embarrassment in Rin, causing her Yandir flag to make an appearance, much to Sauda's bewilderment. However, Sauda manages to navigate the situation, skillfully transforming the Yandir flag into a route-cleared flag, relieving the tension between them. The following day, everyone gears up and prepares for the upcoming sports festival, eager to face the challenges and uncertainties that lie ahead. On the first day of the sports festival, the Quest dormitory group shines brightly, securing the top position with their impressive performances. Sauda, harnessing the power of flag detection, triumphs in the initial round of the goalkeeper tournament, contributing to their early success. However, Rin offers sage advice, urging them to rest whenever possible, as the week-long festival promises to become increasingly demanding. After a satisfying dinner, Sauda takes a moment to reflect. He realizes that he's been temporarily freed from his worries and is growing accustomed to this carefree lifestyle. This introspective moment inadvertently casts a shadow over him, resulting in the appearance of a death flag above his head. The consequences of this realization manifested the very next day during the finals of the goalkeeping tournament. Sauda's focus wavers and he fails to make a crucial save. This lapse in performance has a ripple effect, causing the Quest dormitory group to plummet to 8th place overall. As the night before the last day of the sports festival descends, Rory takes Sauda aside to address his deteriorating morale, sparking an unexpected confrontation and possibly paving the way for a pivotal turning point in their journey. Seeking a private setting for their conversation, Sauda and Rory find themselves in an isolated spot, where Sauda inadvertently triggers Rory's first flag program code. In response, she presents him with a vision of the Quest dorm, revealing the existence of an underground passage beneath the dormitory. The revelation leaves Sauda in a state of profound shock. This newfound knowledge reignites Sauda's determination not to give up. He resolves to aim for the MVP prize, driven by the desire to uncover the truth concealed behind the mysterious underground door. The following day, Sauda strategically activates victory flags over everyone's head except Nanami's. This boost in confidence and determination propels the Quest Dormitory group to perform exceptionally well in their respective games. However, an unfortunate incident befalls Nanami during a marathon race as she stumbles over a table and falls to the ground. In a remarkable display of camaraderie and determination, Sauda rushes to her aid, lifting her up and sprinting as fast as he can. Despite the significant time lost, he manages to secure second place in the race. Unfortunately, their valiant efforts aren't enough to clinch the MVP prize for the Quest Dormitory group. To their astonishment, the board of directors is deeply impressed by Sauda's selfless and heroic actions during the race. As a result, they make the unexpected decision to award the MVP to the Quest Dormitory group, recognizing their unwavering unity and extraordinary dedication. Sauda attempts to locate the entrance to the underground passage but comes up empty-handed. In a surprising turn of events, he finds himself surrounded by the members of the Quest Dorm who accuse him of being unfair in his actions. Tensions run high for a while before everyone manages to cool down. It is then revealed that during the finals of the sports festival, Sauda had made a promise to go on a date with Akane. To prevent any potential conflicts or catfights among the dorm members, Nanami suggests that Sauda should go on individual dates with each of them, a proposal he reluctantly agrees to. However, a twist emerges when Nanami announces that she won't be participating in the dating spree and opts to stay at the Quest dorm. She also mentions that Rory won't be going on the dates because she has something important to search for. Sauda begins to suspect that Rory's quest is related to the hidden door of the underground passage. As Sauda embarks on his first date with Megumu, they visit an arcade where he notices a flag above a teddy bear's head. This reinforces his belief that something significant awaits on the other side of the passage, fueling his determination to uncover the truth. Later, while enjoying ice cream at a restaurant, Sauda finds himself under the watchful eyes of curious women, making him decidedly uncomfortable. Sauda's date with Akane proceeds smoothly until he notices she's wearing a nightie underneath her dress, leading to a flustered moment. Sauda advises her to stay calm, and they continue their date with a visit to a library. At the library, Akane expresses her gratitude to Sauda for agreeing to be friends with her, strengthening their bond. Sauda's third date is with Rin, who takes him to a park. They share pictures from their childhood and fondly reminisce about their past. However, Sauda recalls an awkward incident that leaves Rin so embarrassed that she faints. He gallantly escorts her home. Sauda's final date with Akaku centers around a heartfelt conversation aimed at strengthening their sibling relationship. Later that night, Sauda and Rory explore the underground passage and stumble upon a stone chest bearing the same scriptures as Sauda's letter. Sauda believes that to change the fate of the world, he must gather 4 individuals: a princess knight, a magician, a cleric, and a shinobi. Venturing further into the passage, he emerges in the forest surrounding the Quest dorm. There, he encounters a mysterious, silver-haired girl with extraordinary abilities, marking a potentially significant turning point in their quest. The mysterious girl, Musamurai Mei, turns out to be a new transfer student at Hatagate Academy, leaving Sauda in a state of shock as she becomes his classmate. As he observes her behavior, he notices that she possesses similar powers to his own. Soon after, it's revealed that Momori has organized a trip for Sauda and the Quest dorm members to both the beach and the forest. Upon reaching the beach, Sauda finds himself spending the first half of his time with Nanami and Megumu. While Nanami and Megumu are excited to enjoy the ocean, Sauda is hesitant due to a deep-seated fear of the ocean stemming from his traumatic experience during the premium Ambriel incident. Sumivi joins the group and decides to help Sauda conquer his fear. Unfortunately, despite their efforts, Sauda is unable to overcome his phobia, and Sumibi advises him to take a break. Later, Sauda encounters a young girl named Deshikai Yugawa Kirimiko and notices a story flag hovering above her head, marking the potential beginning of a new and intriguing chapter in their journey. Sauda realizes that Kirimiko is the cleric mentioned in the letter. However, their encounter is brief as Kirimiko abruptly departs. The following day, Sauda's homeroom teacher announces a swap between the forest and beach group members. Despite Sauda's desire to avoid the ocean, fate leads him back to the beach, this time with Akane, Rin, and Akaku as his companions. During their beach outing, Sauda introduces Kirimiko to Akane, who attempts to assist Kirimiko by buying various items from her. However, Kirimiko feels uncomfortable about the gesture and abruptly leaves. Sauda catches up with her and learns about the tragic fate of Kirimiko's parents, who were victims of the premium Ambriel incident. As their conversation progresses, Kirimiko's story flag advances, leading her to reveal a hidden cave. Inside, they engage in a heartfelt discussion about their lives. Kirimiko expresses her apologies to Sauda for her previous moodiness and selfish behavior. Unfortunately, their time in the cave takes a perilous turn when they become trapped by the rising tide. In a moment of despair, a death flag ominously appears over Kirimeko's head, casting a shadow over their situation. In a desperate bid to save Kirimiko from the encroaching danger, Sauda makes a heartfelt promise to consider her as his little sister and offers his support to help her gain admission to Hadage Middle School. He goes a step further by extending an invitation for her to live with him at the quest dorm. Miraculously, Kirimiko's ominous death flag vanishes, and just when things seem dire, Rory arrives in the nick of time to rescue them from their precarious predicament. However, their encounter with danger is far from over. After their rescue, they stumble upon a mysterious girl dressed in white attire, ushering in an unexpected twist to their unfolding adventure. Rory quickly recognizes the mysterious girl in white attire, revealing her to be none other than Megumu. Megumu, somewhat embarrassed, explains that his older sister has compelled him to cross-dress. The following morning, a significant commotion erupts when Sado expresses his desire for Kirimiko to enroll in Hadage Middle School. He approaches the elder Tsumugi to facilitate this request. Initially hesitant, Momori eventually agrees, provided she's granted the opportunity to go on a date with Sauda. Overwhelmed with emotions, she promises to do everything in her power to ensure Kirimiko's admission. Later, during his date with Momori, Sauda praises her for her calm and composed demeanor, remarking that she always seems self-assured and lives an ideal life. Momori's response takes him by surprise as she recalls a poignant memory from her past, motivating Sauda to do the same, leaving him in a state of shock and reflection. Despite Momori's best efforts and her position as the Chancellor's granddaughter, she can't secure Kirimiko's admission to Hadage Academy. On the last day of their trip, Sauda says an emotional goodbye to Kirimiko, promising to visit her in the future. Upon returning to the quest dorm, they encounter a surprising turn of events. Thanks to Mei's alterations in the Academy's administration software, Kirimiko has successfully gained a spot at the dormitory. Mei and Kirimiko become close, and it's revealed that both Tsumugi and Momori decide to join the quest dorm as members. Kirimiko convinces Mei to move in with them, and though Mei is initially reluctant, she eventually agrees. Later, Sauda and Mei have a conversation about their powers. Mei clarifies that her ability only allows her to predict the future, unlike Sauda, who can change the predetermined fate of others, highlighting the contrast in their abilities. Mei then transports Sauda to a parallel world where she discloses that she's been sent by the House of Seven Virtues, an organization responsible for monitoring different worlds. In this parallel world, they are observing Sauda and Sakura, referred to as the Sacrament. To Sauda's shock, he does not exist in this parallel world, which explains the absence of Nanami, Akane, and Kirimiko. Their next destination is the Premium Embryo, where Sauda encounters his homeroom teacher, Miyuki, who goes by Hadake Miyuki in this parallel world. He notices a main character flag hovering above her head, signifying that she has assumed the protagonist's role in this alternate reality, taking Sauda's place. Subsequently, they return to the original world where Sauda exists, but his death flag is unexpectedly triggered. Mei desperately attempts to save him by breaking the death flag. In the process, she discovers Sauda's true destiny but fails to prevent his demise. Suddenly, the Sacrament arrives, rescues Sauda, and erases all of Mei's memories related to flags, marking a pivotal moment in their intertwined fate. Amid the summer break, Sauda cherishes his holiday at the Quest Hall dormitory alongside Akaku and Rin. He contemplates Mei's peculiar memory loss, realizing it solely pertains to her recollections of flags and the enigmatic House of Seven Virtues. In a sudden twist, Rory forcefully abducts Sauda, stunning everyone. At Akane's residence, Rory candidly expresses her fervent desire to fulfill her long-standing wish of meeting Sauda in person. Upon successfully accomplishing her mission, Rory retreats to the maintenance room, leaving Sauda and Akane in an unusually intimate setting that leaves Akane in a flustered state. Subsequently, yet another surprising turn of events unfolds when Akaku, Rin, Megumu, Mei, and Kirimiko unexpectedly convene at Akane's house. Acknowledging the commotion she inadvertently caused, Akane extends a gracious invitation for everyone to enjoy a full day at her residence. As night descends, Sauda indulges in the solitary bliss of the hot springs, only to be joined by Rin in an unexpected rendezvous. In a comical twist, Sauda unwittingly stumbles into the women's bath. With the timely arrival of the other girls, Rin assists in concealing him, enabling his escape from the situation unscathed. The next day, Akane video calls Nanami and informs her that all the Quest Dorm members are at her house. Nanami, feeling excluded, becomes frustrated and abruptly ends the call. In response, everyone in the Quest Dorm, including Rory, decides to embark on a journey to the Principality of Bladefield to visit Nanami in her homeland. During their voyage to the capital, Twinblade, Sauda encounters Hakua Berserker Bladefield, the 14th Princess of Bladefield and Nanami's half-sister. To everyone's surprise, Nanami also joins them in their train cabin. However, their journey takes a perilous turn when they come under attack by a clone of Rory, a European model specifically programmed to assassinate Hakua and Nanami. Cornered by the assassin, Sauda experiences an unexpected surge in his power, which he employs to save both Hakua and Nanami. However, in the chaos, they become separated from the main cabin. Simultaneously, an unidentified masked woman intervenes and eliminates Rory's clone, introducing an intriguing twist to the unfolding events. Upon their arrival in the capital of Bladefield, all the Quest Dorm members, accompanied by Sauda, Nanami, and Hakua, find themselves in the midst of an unfamiliar yet regal setting. Sauda, Nanami, and Hakua are introduced to the members of the House of the Seven Virtues, a special parliamentary body responsible for the nation's governance, presided over by the king himself. Together, they are led to the Grand Castle, where heartwarming reunions await as they are joyously reunited with their friends. Nanami and Hakua's encounter with Aaliyah, the first prince, who stands considerably older than them, initially fills the air with a sense of celebration. However, the merriment is abruptly eclipsed when, during the night, Aaliyah solemnly reveals the untimely passing of his father, King Albato Bladefield, that very morning. As the somber news sinks in, Aaliyah drops another bombshell. He is the biological father of both Nanami and Hakua, a revelation that designates them as the rightful heirs to the throne, destined to become queens of Bladefield. In the wake of the king's demise, a poignant condolence ceremony is conducted to pay respects to the departed monarch. 3 days later, the kingdom witnesses the grandeur of Aaliyah's coronation as the new king. Amidst these pivotal events, Sauda strikes a profound friendship with Hakua, discovering her deep attachment to her late grandfather. Its efforts to bring a glimmer of joy to her heart prove effective, earning Nanami's gratitude for his attentive care of her younger sister during this challenging period. Under the veil of night, Sauda encounters Number Zero, the leader of the Council of Seven Virtues and May's former superior. Number Zero proceeds to share with Sauda the enigmatic and haunting tale of Bladefield's fairy tale, a narrative featuring an unnamed individual transformed into a flag, 2 princesses, and a contingent of 10 heroes. It dawns on Sauda that this story bears an uncanny resemblance to his own circumstances, leaving him with the unsettling realization that death may be the inevitable conclusion awaiting him. Amid the weight of this revelation, Number Zero implores Sauda to join her in a mission to save the world, harnessing his unique power. Shocked and overwhelmed, Sauda finds himself at a loss for words, unable to provide an immediate response to the profound request laid before him. Sauda and the other Quest Dorm members return to school. However, Hakua also joins them. She transfers to Hatagaya Academy as a student, and soon the academy organizes the school festival. Sauda is tricked as he accidentally ends up signing every member of the Quest Dorm besides him. Kirameko and Sumibi enter the Miss Hatagaya Academy beauty contest. Later on, during the beauty pageant contest, Sauda is still in despair over his fate, and Nanami notices this. She confronts him about his depressed state, but he dodges her question. One night, after a hectic day of work, Sauda, Akane, Nanami, and Megumu go out to buy some snacks. They start goofing around and they end up having a fun time with one another. Sauda learns from this experience that he is happy with the way his life is going, even if he passes away. The next day when the festival starts, Sauda is forced to be one of the judges for the beauty pageant contest. Nanami, who has realized that Sauda is down, tries to cheer him up with a few speeches. She tells Sauda that she has noticed he is sad but is happy to know that he has gotten stronger on his own. Her motivational speech deeply touches Sauda and everyone so much that they all agree to name Nanami the winner of the beauty pageant contest. On the other hand, Nanami is annoyed as this was not her intention in the first place. As a winner, she receives a Sauda Escort free pass, which gives her the freedom to buy whatever she wants from the festival as long as she's with Sauda. She spends most of her afternoon eating whatever she can, and shortly afterwards, at the stairs near the shoe locker room, a mysterious girl in glasses bumps into Sauda and asks him to hide her. Intrigue and revelation swirl around the mysterious girl, who is revealed to be Sarika Jinyuan, popularly known as Sarikan, the beloved idol celebrated throughout Japan. Her highly anticipated concert is scheduled to grace the festival's final day, setting the stage for a momentous event. Sauda and Nanami, among others, come to learn the astonishing truth about Sarikan's rise to stardom. It was Sauda who, in secret, had rescued her and invoked the concept of a success flag. Though Sarikan remains unaware of the true identity of her savior, she affectionately dubbed this enigmatic benefactor Purple Flagman. The revelation dawns upon Sauda that Sarikan is the elusive bard he has been searching for. As the moments leading up to the concert unfold, Sarika notices the joy radiating from Nanami and the rest of their group as they eagerly anticipate the event. Her observant eye falls upon Sauda, and she discerns a striking resemblance between his smile and that of the legendary Purple Flagman. However, during the climactic concert, an unexpected surge in Sauda's power sends time itself into a state of suspension. In this perplexing moment, a mysterious figure known as No Zero appears, delivering a dire warning to Sauda. He reveals that Sauda's presence in this world poses a grave threat, one that could lead to the world's destruction. Confronted with an agonizing choice, Sauda feels compelled to break his promises to the Quest Dorm members and employ his powers to erase their memories of him. The decision is agonizing, particularly as it disrupts their plan to dance together during the concert. Nanami, unaffected by Sauda's power, stands as the lone sentinel who retains her memory of him, bearing witness to the poignant moment that unfolds amidst the disorienting currents of forgotten time. In the servers, Sauda wages a desperate battle against the formidable Angelus Gemini, fighting not only for the safety of his world but also for the sake of his cherished friends. He employs a unique strategy by placing death flags on his adversaries to safeguard his world's future. Meanwhile, Nanami makes a heart-wrenching discovery. Everyone has forgotten about Sauda, and his very existence is gradually erased from their collective memory. This revelation occurs on the day of their graduation from Quest Dorm, an event that marks the dispersal of its members. The looming demolition of Quest Dorm adds to the melancholy. Nanami, unable to bear the weight of this revelation, decides to intrude into Sauda's room. To her astonishment, she stumbles upon a letter penned in her own handwriting, further shattering Sauda's emotional barriers. It is then that Rory, who always retains her memories, reveals a long-held secret. Nanami is in fact Sauda's long-lost sister, separated from him during their childhood. Their reunion is both emotional and profound, mending a long-broken bond. Empowered by newfound understanding, Nanami seeks to defy the bittersweet narrative fate seems to have woven around their lives. Alongside the Quest Dorm members, she embarks on a mission to secure a truly happy ending. Their journey leads them to an underground passage where they hope to open a gateway to reach and aid the exhausted Sauda, who has been tirelessly battling the forces near Premium Ambriel. In a moment of dire need, Sauda finds salvation in the form of the Quest Dorm members, who arrive just in the nick of time to rescue him from the brink of exhaustion and despair, reaffirming their unbreakable bonds of friendship and determination. The girls engage in a fierce battle against the Angelus Gemini, leaving Sauda puzzled about why they've chosen to fight, as he believes he has nothing to offer in return. However, Akane reassures him, dispelling his doubts, and eventually confesses her love for him before joining the battle. Meanwhile, the Premium Ambriel absorbs the remaining creatures, gathering energy for a devastating final attack. Sauda, in a moment of clarity, recovers memories from his past as he attempts to thwart the impending catastrophe. It's revealed that he had a previous connection with Akane, Kuno, Megumu, Rin, and Nanami. However, due to a tragic accident, Sauda made a selfless choice. He allowed a young girl known as Laplace's demon to take on their death flags, sparing their lives while bearing the burdens himself. As a consequence, the girls lose their memories of this event, and Sauda and the girls are made to forget ever having met each other, leaving Sauda in a state of despair about his own existence. Back in the present, Sauda unleashes his full power against the formidable Premium Ambriel. Although his strength alone is insufficient, the tide turns when the other girls join the fray, providing vital assistance. It's during this climactic moment that Sauda's own death flag shatters, signifying his renewed lease on life. Sauda awakens in the real world, greeted by Number Zero, who candidly discusses the state of affairs and reveals the truth about Sakura and Laplace's demon. She discloses that he had been involved in an accident prior to enrolling at the school, resulting in his consciousness being merged with multiple virtual worlds. Before departing, she emphasizes that the time spent in the virtual realm was but a fleeting moment in reality, rendering his memories unique to him alone. This revelation includes the fact that even Nanami, who dove into the virtual world to rescue him, does not share these recollections. Later, Sauda stumbles upon Quest Dorm and encounters Akane there. A heroic act of saving her from falling through a precarious floor triggers a rekindling of Akane's memories of him. Meanwhile, Sakura and Laplace's demon watch over this poignant moment. The episode concludes with the girls standing together in front of Quest Dorm, their smiles symbolizing a newfound bond and shared memories. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel.